we can do is stay on top of the freaking scandals. Issue 2.
Exciting times.
LRT.
Awesome.
You know, the
Story
Premier...
that just won't stop.
It just won't stop. The Premier, who is one of the best communicators, I think, in Canadian leadership at the moment, arguably got a majority government in the wake of a giant billion-dollar gas plant scandal, because she communicates such integrity and so well, stood up at Queen's Park and effectively said that LRT is necessary for Hamilton's development during this boom time, and that she will make sure that it happens, you know, and like, yay! Finally, after what, 5 years at least of waiting for that announcement, and then a few moments later, point of order, Mr. Speaker, I meant Hurontario LRT or Hamilton Rapid Transit. I mean, how could the Premier make the same kind of confusing, muddied messaging gaffe that we've been critical of Council for making for the last 4 years? Like, what do you think is going on, Loren?
I would have to think it was a mistake. I don't think there's anything subliminal in it. I don't think.
Well, Andrea Horwath came out today and said she thinks that possibly the Premier got ahead of a big announcement on the optimistic side.
I think that Andrea Horwath's guess is equivalent to yours or mine. That Ms. Horwath certainly wouldn't have any inside information as to what the government would be doing. Whether it was a Freudian slip, whether it's a precursor to an announcement, whether it's just, you know, poking the bear with a stick, any combination thereof. But it's ridiculous.
Isn't it though? Like, when I saw the CBC story on it, I had to read it like 3 times. I'm like, we got this wrong again? There's more mixed communication on this again? Like,
and it's a shame we don't have the clip, because she was so emphatic.
Somebody sent me the audio file of it. Yeah, no,
it was 100% clear what she was saying, and it didn't just slide on by with a little L in front of an RT. She was pleading a case, and
she's like, and the boom won't happen in Hamilton without it. Like, she was making the McMeekin case for the economic development potential of an LRT line, and then point of order, she meant Hurontario. I mean, honestly, so I couldn't believe it. And then I tweeted the Premier and the Transportation Minister and McMeekin and the Mayor and said, you know, the miscommunication on this particular file has reached epic proportions. How could 3 letters get miscommunicated so many ways, so many times? It's just mind-boggling.
Somebody with a camera and a microphone needs to ask the Premier the hard questions here. And when it's, no, Del Duca will come to town in a few weeks, like, it's enough already.
I know.
Tell us yes, tell us no. Something, because this is dragging on forever
listening to
and doesn't move at all.
I mean, I had to actually change my schedule last week because McMeekin was going to be on, you know, the day after the budget, where him and the Premier both did their spin. Yep. And I listened to it like I had to have a decoder key to try to figure out, what does he mean by this? Remember, I posted it. I said, these are clips from what he said. Yep. You know, it seems very clear there has to be connectivity to the regional express transit. I think we've got that clearly from McMeekin. There's an economic benefit to LRT, that's his preference, but not the route. I mean, I think we're getting that clearly.
They've been saying all of that, and I get that is logical and makes sense, that you want your LRT connecting to your GO stations. But our GO stations are useless when they only have a couple trains in the morning and a couple trains at night. So they're starting to lose me on the logic behind that connectivity.
Okay. I know that there's always things behind the scenes that are probably more complex than we know. However, promises are promises. And words coming out of a Premier's mouth are pretty important, and it's not like her to screw up like this. So I'm very interested to see what happens. And I've had somebody, Mark Cripps, said on Twitter, very directly, he goes, Laura, it will all work out. And I said, okay, because you say so? And he goes, no, because I know so. So, of course, he works with government. He seems to think that's
he's communications for McMeekin.
Right. So if he knows so, then maybe Del Duca's going to come to town and he's going to tell us we're getting LRT and we can all have that party we've been waiting for.
Great.
I'll buy. Okay, let's get on. Issue 3. For you, Laura, not for 100,000 people. Okay, maybe for Ryan McGreal, too, who's cautiously optimistic. Issue 3.